Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Friday, the 6th of December 2024, the year of 1 million transactions per second or more. Experience the best of both worlds at betbitcoinsv.com, the best casino and sports betting on chain. Have a little flutter in private using the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Right, let's see what we got today. Check this out, made my day this. Ziggy Orkuston has said here, Teranode just mined its first block on a public network. Probably nothing. So this isn't mainnet, but it's a public network, so everyone can see it. It's not like it's not a private testnet. It is a public network that anybody can inspect and anybody can see. We have Teranode coming, baby. Come on, beautiful. That's the testnet that it was on, and that was the block. Teranode is coming. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We've got CSW weighing in here, talking about BlackRock, and this was in response to somebody saying, in fact, BSV itself might be better served as a niche sidechain along with Monero. You won't be replacing it anyway, you know. Consider yourself a Betamax of blockchains. Whether you're a better or not, you lost. And CSW weighing in saying, firstly, we haven't lost. So quite looking forward to going through that thread. Somebody else has picked out here saying that the latest government holds, or the UK government holds, over $6 billion in Greg coin. Look at that. Look at that. $6 billion. So they've got 61,000 Greg coin. But are they holding any Bitcoin? Oof. I wonder what's going to happen when they find out. You got Andrew Tate promising to buy $1 million worth of BTC every time Michael Saylor, purchases. Yeah, hubris getting ahead of people. We've got a High Court judgment here, or decision from the High Court with regard to the Crypto Open Patent Alliance versus Craig Stephen Wright. I think this is to do with the contempt of court case. We've got article here from CoinTelegraph saying how Bitcoin shapes the future economy. Really? Well, that's great coin, so see what they say about that. Check this out. It's the 6th of December. Dogecoin was first released. I think everybody remembers this picture of Dogecoin, the stock car. But it was also on this date that a Florida jury found that Dr. Craig Wright did not owe half of 1.1 million Bitcoins to the family of David Kleiman, in a court case that saw Ira Kleiman as the personal representative of the estate of Dave Kleiman, the plaintiff, versus Craig Wright, the defendant. And these are the headlines that it came out with. Bitcoin founder Craig Wright wins battle to keep his crypto billions. Australian man Craig Wright wins US battle for Bitcoin fortune worth billions. Yeah, and Teranode mining its first block there. Excellent stuff. And then we'll just have a quick look at the figures, and that'll be the end of the show. Right, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the Teranode, you'll surely see.
All right, here we go. Oh, looking at the price there, it's gone up. So that went down to like 76. Now it's back up to 79. So Ziggy Orkuston has said Teranode just mined its first block on a public network. Probably nothing. Whoa. This means it is operational. It is coming. So there was only 27 transactions in that block. But I mean, look at the fees. Look at the fees. So that was a third of a cent. A third of a cent is what it cost there. Average fee, good grief. That is a hundredth of a cent. A hundredth of a cent. That's just the average fee. And that was just a 5 megabyte block. Beautiful. Beautiful. Loving that. Right, let's get into this then. So, yeah, we'll follow this thread right the way through. This is quite an epic one. So, Craig has started. He said, BlackRock doesn't invest, they infiltrate. Yes, they do. They are the architects of the that's the environmental sustainable green mafia twisting the knife of compliance into the back of independence. BTC, it's just another cog in their machine. They don't care about innovation, decentralization, or freedom. What they care about is control, total and absolute. When BlackRock steps in, it's not to build, it's to assimilate. They take over, reshape and mold whatever they touch into something that fits their agenda, squeezing out any ounce of independence. BTC isn't safe from their grip, it's a tool, a means to enforce their vision. A world where true competition is strangled in its crib, replaced by a curtailed illusion of choice. BlackRock stands as one of the most corrupt entities in modern finance. Their power isn't earned through merit, but wielded through influence, collusion, and a disdain for the rules that bind others. They don't play fair because fair competition doesn't serve their bottom line. For BlackRock, every system is a system to dominate, every opportunity an opportunity to crush dissent. So while they might wrap themselves in the language of sustainability and progress, make no mistake, their ESG narrative is just a velvet glove over an iron fist. BlackRock isn't here to foster competition, they're here to ensure it never stands a chance. Absolutely. So Swissnode, don't know who that is, has said here, I share your disdain, but fail to see how they wouldn't do the same with BSV. See, he just doesn't understand the protocol of BSV. If it were worth anything, well, again, I mean, that's why they're pumping BTC to make it look like it's not worth anything. It's all about deception. And Craig has said here, the upside and BSV are far more. BlackRock don't have the opportunity. The narrative painted in BTC is more ambiguous. They're intentionally distancing themselves from what Satoshi said. That means it gives opportunity for BlackRock to argue that Bitcoin can be changed. Yeah, that's exactly... Craig knows exactly what's going on. That man is awake, and he is with us. Satoshi Nakamoto, come on. Swissnode continue. BTC is pretty much ossified. Much to your chagrin, Craig, block size adaptations won't be made, even though they could be useful. BlackRock will never change BTC. Well, yeah, not from the way it is. Or at least there is no technical reason that BSV is in some way better placed in this respect. CSW hits back, he goes, it's changing all the time. Do you think Taproot and the change in protocols for that are a form of stasis? Have you actually analysed the number of changes that GitHub to the protocol that have been or occurred? And Swissnode said how long it took for those to go through. The rate of change is slowing down. No software stays at 0.1. Satoshi got many things wrong. Well, he's talking to Satoshi right there. Some say privacy is not good enough, and I agree. Most transactions should occur off-chain to improve privacy, and sidechain says a great thing too. Craig hits back saying, you don't seem to understand that the rate of change in BTC is accelerating. You should look at GitHub more. Anonymity is nothing to do with privacy either. You keep confusing these two concepts. Yeah, they're completely different. Anonymity and privacy, completely different. Anonymity is what you would seek if you were in the toilet cubicle. No one knows you're in there. No one knows what you've done. Or you can do your business and no one knows what you've done. You're accountable to nobody. Whereas privacy is what you and your partner would seek behind the bedroom door. You can identify each other. You can engage with each other. But no third party can see, hear or interfere. And that's the main difference. So anonymous networks are centrally controlled. Whereas private networks are commoditized networks really. This looks hilarious. Larry, think you stink. We've got BSV supporters there. Come on.
Larry, think you stink.
Loving that. All right, let's see the actual message. Here we go. So, talking about, he said, how long it took for those to go through it. Yeah. So he said, test out dissent alternative like Monero without losing the BTC token. In fact, BSV itself might be better served as a niche sidechain along with Monero. You won't be replacing it anyway. Consider yourself the Betamax of blockchains. Whether you're better or not, you lost. And Craig said, firstly, we haven't lost. Betamax was the system that was dominant like BTC. It wasn't better. That is a myth that should be destroyed because it's completely false. Next, Monero is not a decent alternative at all. And who needs sidechains when you can do everything? Yeah, absolutely, you can do everything. Yeah, everything on the mainnet. That's all you need. Awesome. And check this out. So CoinTelegraph just posted, said latest, the UK government, again the private corporation, holds $6 billion worth of Gregcoin. But again, it's just Gregcoin. Are they holding any Bitcoin? When did they buy that? Did they buy that pre-2017, August 1st? You know, I doubt it. But yeah, we shall see. But you know, no need to take the winter fuel allowance away from old people when you've got $6 billion of Gregcoin sat there, really. Andrew Tate said, I promise that each time MicroStrategy buys BTC, I will buy 1 million USD of BTC. I'm a brokey who can't match his buys, and I already have hundreds of millions in Bitcoin, which is far more than I'll ever need. But for the culture, he said, every time he buys, I'll buy 1 million USD more BTC. And that was in response to Watcher Guru saying, Justin, MicroStrategy buys another 51,780 Gregcoin for $4.6 billion. I mean, that smile on his face is going to go down in history. Like, literally, tulip mania is what it's all about. He's going to be on the warpath when he finds out. Jeepers. Let's have a look at this. So England and Wales High Court Transfer Division decisions. That's Justice Mellor. Let's see what it says. The new claim. As appears from the title page, the new claim is brought by Dr. Wright against two named defendants, BTC Core and Square Up Europe. Okay. In his claim form, in the new claim under the brief details of the claim, Dr. Wright says this claim addresses the wrongful passing off of BTC as Bitcoin. The defendants have, without authorization, altered the original Bitcoin protocol, introducing modifications such as SegWit and Taproot that fundamentally deviate from the original system as defined by Satoshi Nakamoto in the Bitcoin white paper. These modifications have led to misrepresentation of BTC as the original Bitcoin, resulting in confusion within the market. The true version of Bitcoin, represented by BSV, adheres strictly to the original protocol and vision of a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. The defendants' actions have misled the public into believing that BTC retains the attributes of the original. Dr. Wright has specified his damages claim in the new claim as £911 billion. It is clear from certain passages in Dr. Wright's lengthy particulars of the claim and accompanying documents that Dr. Wright seeks to assert his claim against a large number of defendants, including many who were the subject of his previous claims in the earlier BTC Core claim, the Kraken and Coinbase claims, and the associated Tulip trading claim, i.e. a large number of individuals, software developers, as well as cryptocurrency exchanges. Many of those entities are situated outside this jurisdiction, yet Dr. Wright has not sought permission to serve out. And we'll just see if there is a conclusion here. Conclusion on the remote attendance application. Again, I don't think Craig should be attending in the flesh at all. He said, I can now return to state my conclusions, having analysed the above, the grounds for which Dr. Wright puts forward, and the other factors I have mentioned. Having considered Dr. Wright's attempted justification for remote attendance and any other relevant factors, I conclude that his justifications carried no weight. In these circumstances, it is difficult to avoid the conclusion invited by Copa, which was that his real motivation is a wish to avoid the consequences of his contempt if proved. It is unnecessary to make any finding in this regard. However, it is sufficient for me to state that I remained unpersuaded that Dr. Wright's application for remote attendance was in any way justified. It was for all these reasons that I direct that the contempt hearing must be fully in person, with Dr. Wright attending in person. Again, person, corporate legal fiction, Dr. Wright, maritime title. So Craig can just send somebody in with his birth certificate, because that's what's being asked for, not him to appear in the flesh. And he goes on about the bias there. So let's read these last two. 81. As should appear from the above, I do not have close ties with David Pierce. Yeah, but he's met him and spoken to him. chatting about Bitcoin with him. These two brief interactions do not represent any affiliation between David Pierce and myself, nor any link to Copa, nor do they give rise to any hint of bias. Well, I don't believe that. Whether real or apparent, these are the reasons why I reject the insinuation of bias. Whilst preparing this judgment, I was sent a copy of the order of the Court of Appeal rejecting Dr. Wright's application for permission to appeal against the orders I made at the conclusion of the identity trial and after the form of order hearing. In that order, Arnold LJ rejected all allegations of bias based on interactions between me and David Pierce, although I've not reviewed the extensive material which was filed with the Court of Appeal by Dr. Wright in connection with his application for permission. It would seem that the same or similar materials as I've summarised above were provided to the Court of Appeal on the bias allegations with the same result. I mean, they're just basically trying to deny his human rights to appeal, basically, is what's going on there. Let's see what CoinTelegraph says. They said how Bitcoin, that's Gregcoin, shapes the future. The transformative influence of Gregcoin on the global economy. What? Because it's a Ponzi scheme that none will go up, like Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme. We live in an extraordinary era of Web3 and blockchain technology. Despite being a relatively young industry, today's mass adoption and enthusiasm surrounding digital assets is unprecedented. More people are getting involved and more people are talking about it. Hesitation is quickly fading. Bitcoin, often called the industry godfather, has earned the moniker digital gold. This term represents the driving force behind the next frontier of investment, excitement and opportunity. The growing urgency to jump on the bandwagon before it's too late is evident as the market gains legitimacy. Prices surge and the regulations coalesce. As Pantera founder Dan Moorhead recently remarked, buying a Gregcoin in 2013 was like buying gold in 1000 BC. Gold has been the cornerstone of investment for thousands of years, but investors have gravitated towards digital currencies. Crypto is now viewed as a high-risk, high-reward opportunity that offers returns the gold market can't match. Today's crypto gold rush isn't just about hitting the jackpot, it's about being part of the proactive and transformative movement. It's a shift redefined by wealth, innovation, curiosity, and the promise of something new. Shifting global financial landscape, the rise in Gregcoin's recognition goes far beyond its recent price surge. It reflects a domino effect where the growing frenzy around Gregcoin fuels further adoption and expansion of a dynamic and driven industry. Yeah, that can't do F4. Gregcoin has entered broader conversations on politics, policy, and global finance. Digital assets used to be a niche topic. Today, the narrative has shifted dramatically. Governments worldwide increasingly view cryptocurrency as an opportunity rather than a risk. This evolving perspective has led regulatory bodies to establish more precise guidelines for retail and institutional investments, driving broader adoption and a deeper understanding of the sector. I can't be bothered to read all of that because you get the gist of it, you know where it's going. 365 days of Bitcoin history. Let's get down to December the 6th. There we go. December the 6th. Dogecoin was first released. Check it out. Good grief. I remember the days when it was literally like a thousandth of a penny. You know, good grief. And look where it is now. Crazy, crazy. We've got Dogecoin Foundation, Dogecoin Wikipedia. But on the 6th of December 2021, a Florida jury, so gosh, 3 years ago now, can you believe it? A Florida jury found that Dr. Craig Wright did not owe half of the Satoshi coins to anybody else. They were his because he mined them on his own. And these were the headlines in these national newspapers. Bitcoin founder Craig Wright wins bound to keep his crypto billions because he didn't have to give any away because he was the one that mined them on his own. Australian man Craig Wright wins US court battle for Bitcoin fortune worth billions. And then obviously I've just added this one. 6th of December 24, Teranode mined its first block on a public network. Oh, yeah, that is great. All right, let's have a quick look at the figures here. So, yeah, it's $79 according to Preve, $79 according to Orange Gateway. Let's have a look at Bitcoin versus Gregcoin. Oh, still winning. I mean, yeah, the cabal are going to be pumping Gregcoin to the moon, as they say. You know, trying to get the hype in it, but it doesn't do anything, and it's got a limit. You know, because you're not using it for anything. It's got no perpetual reason for anybody to buy it. Whereas if it's useful and people are buying it because they're using it, They're going to be buying it all the time to use it. And because the supply is fixed, it goes up and up and up. That's why CSW said it will be no good for speculators because it doesn't come down. There is constant demand for it, the need to use it. And the need to use it is to use the network. And so you buy Bitcoin to use the network all the time. Yeah, depending on how much data you want to upload to it. I mean, corporations will be wanting to upload, terabytes to it. So they'll need a huge supply. And it's going up in value all the time. I mean, it's going to be absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. But that is a quick 20-minute show. I hope you enjoyed it. So as ever, if you enjoy these updates, please ding your donations for your appreciation to either Satoshi at Sembi.com, handcash.io, simply.cash, relasia.com, rockwallet.me or senti.ch. We'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.